everyone, I hope you're all keeping safe and well. Today I'm going to be telling you the story of Moby Dick. Our story begins with a young and restless sailor called Ishmael. Ishmael had plans to sign up to a whaling voyage, and so he decided to leave his home in Manhattan and travel to Massachusetts. On arrival, he checked into an inn. The inn was very busy and overcrowded, and Ishmael was told that if he wanted to stay, he'd have to share a bed with another man. Ishmael had nowhere else to go and so agreed to this. But when he met the man he'd be sharing with, Ishmael was horrified. The man was called Pequod. He had some very, very strange habits and was covered head to toe in tattoos. But on sharing a bed and conversation with this man, Ishmael realised that first appearances can be deceiving, and that Pequod was not all he seemed. He was kind, intelligent and caring, and the two became friends. They decided they wanted to work together, and so they travelled to Nantucket, the capital of the whaling industry, to try and find work on the same ship. And they did so. They both got positions on the Pequod. The Pequod was a savage-looking ship, decorated in the teeth and bones of a whale. On boarding the ship, Ishmael and Pequod were stopped by a mysterious stranger called Elijah. "Men, I beg you, do not board this ship. All that board this ship are doomed." Now, Ishmael and Pequod listened to what Elijah had to say, but they both wanted the work and they both wanted to go on the whaling voyage, and so they continued to board. "If you must board, men," said Elijah, "then beware of Captain Ahab." The ship set sail on a very cold Christmas day, loaded with enough equipment for a 3-year whaling voyage. Whispers of Captain Ahab filled the ship, who was apparently recovering from losing a leg. After a week at sea, Captain Ahab finally made an appearance to the men. "Welcome, men," said Captain Ahab. "Now, I have a mission for you all. I want us to pursue and kill the great whale, Moby Dick. This is the whale that is responsible for me losing my leg. There will be a prize for whoever can kill the beast." All the men agreed to this quest. All the men, apart from one, Starbuck, the first mate of the ship. He believed the mission to be foolish and blasphemous, but nevertheless, all of the men continued on their journey. Now the Pequod met many ships whilst they were at sea. Some had had great success and fortune. Others had been left devastated by storms, accidents, and most importantly, run-ins with Moby Dick. The Pequod sailed into the Indian Ocean, where some whales were processed for their oil, but Captain Ahab's mission remained strong. He wanted Moby Dick dead. He was becoming obsessed with this quest. Along the way, Pequod became very ill. So ill, in fact, that he believed he wouldn't recover. And so he decided to build himself a coffin so that when he did pass, he would have somewhere to rest. However, Pequod did not die and made a remarkable recovery, and so he decided to use his coffin as a lifeboat. One day, the Pequod came across another ship at sea. This ship had just come in to a run-in with Moby Dick. "This is it, men," said Captain Ahab. "He's near. I can feel it." And the Pequod finally met their greatest enemy. The hunting boats were lowered, and for the next 3 days, the men fought day and night trying to kill Moby Dick. "It's impossible," cried the men. "He can't be killed." It was a great fight. The men were tired, exhausted, but they did not give in. After 3 days, Moby Dick sunk the Pequod, killed Captain Ahab, and all the men were drowned. All the men, except one, Ishmael. Ishmael had managed to float on the coffin that Pequod had made for himself. He floated until he got to land, alive, the only man from on board the Pequod who had lived to tell the tale. Now, as always, with all of these stories that I've been telling over the past few weeks, they are extremely shortened down versions for the purpose of this video. I hope that if you have been listening, if you have been watching, you have enjoyed my very short tellings of these stories and it has inspired you to maybe get the book. Moby Dick is a wonderful book filled with lots and lots of detail. In the book, Ishmael is the narrator and he takes us on a journey. He is wonderful at describing all the different things that happen. It's a really great classic read. I think at the moment it is so important to pick up a book and just take 10-20 minutes out of your day to read. It is a form of escapism. There's so much going on at the moment and it's really important that we're tuned into all the things that are going on in the world at the moment, but it's also important to have that little bit of escapism just for yourself. Just give yourself a break, pick up a book. You can access books, eBay, Amazon, download things onto a Kindle. You know, there's so many wonderful places to pick up books and they're not expensive, and I think it's a great way to just have a little bit of time for yourself just to escape. And I think it's really important at the moment that we all look after ourselves and have that little outlet. So thank you so much for listening to this video, for watching this video, to listening to my very short version of the classic novel Moby Dick. It would be brilliant if you could all read it. It's a fantastic, fantastic book. Keep safe, keep reading, and I hope to see you very soon. All right, guys, stay safe.